What if the reason money feels stuck is not only outside you, but inside the space where you live every single day? Think about that for a moment. You work hard, you plan, you try to save, yet somehow money comes in and then quietly disappears. Bills rise, chances pass, stress grows. Now imagine if one small thing, something already sitting in your home, could help you reset that energy and open the door to a better year. In many old teachings, salt is not just salt. It is seen as a tool for clearing heavy energy, lifting pressure, and making room for peace, focus, and abundance. And in this video, I want to show you 5 places in your home where salt can be placed with purpose so your space starts to feel lighter, calmer, and more open to prosperity in 2025. Stay with me because each place matters, and the last part ties everything together in a powerful way. By the end, you will not only know where to place the salt, but also how to use intention so this practice feels real, grounded, and strong. And trust me, one of these places is often ignored, yet it may be the one making the biggest difference in your financial energy. Have you ever felt like no matter how much effort you give, your financial life still feels tight, delayed, or blocked? You are not alone. Many people feel this way. They do the right things, they stay responsible, they keep moving, yet money still seems to slip through their hands. Sometimes the issue is not only income. Sometimes it is the atmosphere around you, the emotional weight in your home, the quiet pressure in the places where you sleep, think, work, and worry. In many spiritual traditions, the home is not just a building. It is a living field of energy. It affects your thoughts, your mood, your habits, and even the way you respond to opportunities. When a space feels heavy, cluttered, or stale, it can quietly shape your mindset in ways you do not notice. That tension can influence money decisions, confidence, timing, and focus. Salt has been used for centuries as a symbol of cleansing, protection, and purification. It is simple but powerful, not because it magically drops wealth into your lap, but because it helps create an inner and outer shift. It reminds you to clear what no longer serves you and to welcome a better flow into your life. Watch closely because these 5 placements are easy to do, yet their effect can feel surprisingly deep when practiced with awareness. Salt may seem ordinary, but its meaning has always gone far beyond food. Across many traditions, it has been placed at doors, in corners, around sacred spaces, and near areas where people wanted peace and protection. Why? Because salt represents purity, order, and the clearing away of what feels stuck. In simple terms, it is used to absorb what is heavy and create room for what is fresh. And when it comes to money, this matters more than people think. Financial stress does not live only in numbers. It lives in fear, tension, confusion, delay, and the feeling that something is off. When your environment keeps reflecting that same pressure back at you, it becomes harder to think clearly and act with confidence. Salt becomes a symbol of reset. It tells your mind and your space that a new pattern is welcome here. Even on a physical level, salt is known to draw in moisture and impurities, which is why many people connect it with cleansing and clearing the air. But here is the most important part. Intention changes everything. If you throw salt in a corner and forget about it, it is just another object. But when you place it with calm attention, with a clear thought of stability, wisdom, and prosperity, the action becomes meaningful, and meaning creates momentum. So as we move through these 5 places, do not just think about where to put salt. Think about what you are inviting in. Keep watching, because the next place is where energy first enters your home. The first place is your entrance, especially your front door. This is one of the most important areas in the entire home because it is where energy arrives first. It is the gateway. It is the line between the outside world and your personal space. If this area feels dull, messy, tense, or forgotten, It can set the tone for everything else inside. In many old teachings, the front entrance is linked with the flow of blessing, opportunity, and support. So if you want to welcome better financial energy, start here. Place a small dish of salt near the entrance or sprinkle a light line of salt close to the doorway with care. Some people also place small amounts in the corners near the entrance hall. The idea is simple. Let the salt absorb the heavy feeling that may be gathering there and create a cleaner path for fresh energy to enter. As you do this, pause for a moment. Breathe slowly. Think, my home welcomes peace, protection, and prosperity. You do not need anything dramatic. Quiet intention is enough. Many people notice that when the entrance feels cleaner and more cared for, the whole mood of the home changes. It feels more open, more alive, more settled. And that inner shift can help you feel ready for new chances, better decisions, and stronger financial discipline. Small action, big signal. Your home begins to understand that you are no longer welcoming chaos. You are welcoming abundance. And in a moment, I will show you the second place, the one many people connect directly with the energy of wealth itself. The second place is the wealth corner of your home. In many traditional space practices, the southeast area is often linked with abundance, financial growth, and long-term stability. Whether you fully believe in energy mapping or not, there is something powerful about choosing one area in your home to represent prosperity. It gives your mind a focal point. It creates intention. It turns a forgotten corner into a living reminder of what you are building. So walk through your home and find the southeast section if you can. If that feels difficult, simply choose a corner that you want to dedicate to abundance and care for it with purpose. Clean it well. Remove clutter. Take away old papers, broken items, and anything that carries the feeling of delay or neglect. Then place a bowl of salt there. You can keep it simple, or place a coin, a small green stone, or another symbol of growth beside it. The salt acts as the cleanser. The added object acts as the signal of what you want to grow. But remember, the real power is not the decoration. The real power is what you are reinforcing inside yourself. You're saying, I'm ready for financial steadiness. I am ready for wise growth. I am ready to hold abundance, not chase it in panic. Many people overlook how deeply clutter affects the mind. A crowded corner can reflect a crowded financial life, but when that space becomes clean, calm, and intentional, something begins to shift. And stay with me, because the next place is even more personal. It is where your money rests closest to your body. The third place is your wallet, purse, safe, or wherever you keep your money. This part matters because money responds to the way you treat it. If your wallet is overstuffed, filled with crumpled receipts, expired cards, random notes, and old stress, it can reflect a scattered relationship with wealth. The same is true for a drawer or box where money is stored without order or respect. Before placing any salt near this space, begin by cleaning it. Remove what you do not need. Organize what stays. Fold bills neatly. Make the area feel calm, not chaotic. Then place a tiny pouch of salt in your purse or near your wallet, or keep a small bowl of salt beside the place where savings are stored. Some people place one coin with the salt as a quiet symbol of increase and protection. Again, the goal is not superstition for its own sake. The goal is to transform the feeling around money from stress to respect, from fear to steadiness. As you do this, say something simple in your mind. Money is safe with me. I use it wisely. I welcome more of it with gratitude and care. These words matter because they begin to replace old patterns. Many people are not only dealing with money problems, they are dealing with money tension. They expect loss. They expect surprise bills. They expect lack. This small ritual can help interrupt that cycle and create a healthier emotional pattern. And once that starts, your choices often improve too. You spend with more awareness. You save with more intention. You stop treating money like an enemy and start treating it like energy that can be guided. Keep going, because the fourth place directly affects the way money is created in your life. The fourth place is your workspace, your desk, your office, or even the small corner where you sit to think, plan, study, or make decisions. This is the area connected with effort, focus, creativity, and income. If this place is cluttered, dull, crowded, or draining, it can quietly reduce your motivation and your ability to see opportunity clearly. Look at your workspace honestly. Does it feel like a place where success can grow, or does it feel like a place where energy gets stuck? Start by clearing it. Throw away what no longer matters. Wipe the surface. Open space. Let the area breathe. Then place a small dish of salt on the desk, on a nearby shelf, or inside a drawer if you want it out of sight. If you like soft lighting, a warm lamp can also help the space feel more grounded and focused. As you place the salt, set an intention for clarity, strong work, wise action, and new opportunities. Say, my work brings value, and value returns to me. My mind is clear. My effort is supported. This is where many people feel a major shift, because work energy is not only about doing more, it is about feeling aligned while you do it. When the space around your work becomes lighter, your thinking often becomes lighter too. You may notice better concentration, stronger confidence, or a new sense of movement where things once felt stalled. And yes, this may sound simple, but simple things repeated with meaning can change the emotional climate of a room. Stay with me, because the fifth place is the one most people never expect, yet it may be draining more than they realize. The fifth place is the bathroom. This area is often ignored in discussions about financial energy, but many old teachings see it as deeply important. Why? Because bathrooms are connected with water, and water is often used as a symbol of flow, resources, and wealth. If the energy here feels neglected, leaking, or constantly draining, some believe it can mirror the feeling of money going out too fast. Whether you see that literally or symbolically, the message is still useful. This is a space where things leave, so it helps to bring balance here. Place a small dish of salt near the sink, near the bathtub, or in a quiet spot near the toilet. You can also place coarse salt in a small jar and add a few drops of a calming scent if you like. Some people even place a little salt near the drain as a reminder that what leaves this home does not take peace and stability with it. As you place the salt, say something like, "Wealth flows through my life with balance. What is meant for me stays and grows." That simple line can be surprisingly powerful. It shifts you out of a leaking mindset and into a steady one. Also, keep this space clean. Repair small issues if you can. Wipe mirrors, clear the corners, replace what feels worn out. A bathroom that feels fresh and cared for sends a message of order, and order supports abundance. You may be surprised how much lighter your home feels when this room is no longer ignored. And now that the 5 placements are clear, there is one more key element that gives them life. Here is the truth. Salt alone is not the full practice. Your mindset, your attention, and your consistency give it power. In many spiritual teachings, awareness shapes experience. The state you bring into an action matters. So if you want these placements to feel stronger, add a simple daily ritual. It only takes a few minutes, but it can change the emotional tone of your home and your relationship with money. Choose one of the places where you have put salt, maybe the entrance, maybe the wealth corner, maybe your workspace. Stand or sit there quietly. Take a deep breath. Let your shoulders soften. If you want, hold a small pinch of salt in your hand for a moment and imagine it pulling away stress, fear, delay, and the old thoughts that tell you abundance is always far away. Then repeat a simple affirmation. Keep it easy, keep it real. You can say, "My home supports peace and prosperity. My mind is clear. My life is open to wise and steady abundance." Repeat it slowly, several times, not like a performance, like a decision. Then place the salt back with care and take one moment of gratitude for what is already working in your life. Gratitude matters because it shifts the nervous system from grasping to receiving. And when you do that, you do not just hope for change, you begin to embody it. If you are still watching, this next part is important because I want to show you how to deepen this practice so it lasts beyond one day or 1 week. To make this more powerful, turn it into a rhythm instead of a one-time action. Check the salt every few days or once a week. If it looks dirty, damp, hardened, or energetically heavy to you, replace it. Clean the dish before adding new salt. Do this calmly, not fearfully. Think of it like washing a window so more light can come in. While you are doing this, ask yourself a few honest questions. Is my entrance open and welcoming or tense and cluttered? Is my wallet organized or carrying old stress? Does my workspace inspire action or drain my focus? Does my bathroom feel clean and balanced or careless and rushed? These questions matter because they turn the ritual into awareness, and awareness leads to change. You can also combine this practice with practical financial action. That is where it becomes even stronger. As you refresh the salt, refresh your habits too. Review your spending. Clear one small debt. Organize a savings plan. Remove one unnecessary expense. Send one message about a work opportunity you have been delaying. Salt can clear the emotional and symbolic space, but your actions build the material result. And when the two move together, inner and outer, the shift becomes much more real. This is where people start feeling momentum, not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because they stop living in silent disorder. They begin to create a home that reflects intention, discipline, calm, and readiness for more. And that feeling alone can open doors you were too exhausted to even notice before. There's also something else happening here that many people miss. This practice is not only about attracting money, it is also about changing your relationship with energy, attention, and self-respect. When you care for your entrance, you are saying that what enters your life matters. When you clear your wealth corner, you are saying that growth deserves space. When you organize your wallet, you are saying that your resources deserve respect. When you cleanse your workspace, you are saying that your effort has value. When you care for your bathroom, you are saying that what leaves your life should do so without taking your peace with it. That is why this feels deeper than a ritual. It becomes a message to yourself, a message repeated through action. I am no longer living by accident. I am shaping my environment with purpose, and purpose changes people. It changes how they think, how they choose, how they speak, how they prepare, and how they notice opportunity when it appears. So do not rush this. Let it be simple but meaningful. Let it be grounded but hopeful. And let your home become a place that supports the version of you that is calmer with money, wiser with choices, and more open to lasting stability. Because sometimes abundance does not begin with a giant breakthrough. Sometimes it begins with a small act done with full awareness. Now bring it all together. Place salt near the entrance to guard the energy that enters. Place it in your chosen wealth corner to activate growth. Place it near your wallet or savings area to support respect and order around money. Place it in your workspace to sharpen focus and invite opportunity. Place it in the bathroom to steady the flow and reduce the feeling of financial drain. Then give the practice life with intention, gratitude, and repetition. This is not about waiting for a miracle while doing nothing. It is about aligning your space, your thoughts, and your habits so that abundance has room to arrive and stay. And if you really want this year to feel different, start today, not someday. Walk through your home, look carefully, feel the energy, notice what has been ignored, notice what needs clearing, then take action with calm confidence. The smallest shift, done with consistency, can begin to change the atmosphere around your life. And when the atmosphere changes, you change with it. So, if this message spoke to you, take a quiet moment and claim it inwardly. Let this be the year your home feels lighter, your mind feels clearer, and your financial path feels more steady, supported, and open than before. Stay consistent, stay intentional, and remember this: prosperity often begins the moment you stop living in heavy energy and start creating space for something better to enter.